why are you making this video?
This video is about demonstrating and showing how the Gainmaster functions and what its purpose is with the design of the amp.
And why you don't sell it separately?
Yeah, exactly. I get constant emails and messages. Can I have a Gainmaster? Can I buy a Gainmaster? No. The Gainmaster is designed with the amp. Like if you have like a boutique, I don't know, copy of a Fender or Marshall, Joe Milk Crate amp or whatever. I mean, I have no clue what this sounds like in that amp. I've never plugged this into another amp. It's not a pedal that gets sold. I know you guys are all used to buying pedals, but this is part of the amp. It's like a floating front end to the amp. For instance, right there I was playing with the volume and tone of this Class A single-ended amp, the 10N amp. It was on about 11 o'clock. Okay. Now, when I kicked that Gainmaster in, that's exactly what that amp would sound like cranked up to 2 o'clock. Okay. But that's like really loud. Even this is like really loud. I don't know how the camera can see the differences in volume for this and that, but I'm going to try to show you that. But remember, the cell phone's going to track and adjust for the volume, so you'll just have to take my word for it that that's very loud. That's loud enough for any drummer right there. Okay, so suppose I can't play that loud. I don't want to practice that loud. That's going to kill my ears, right? I want to practice like down here, flashlight volume. I mean, look, it's barely on. Okay, so now I don't know if the camera can hear how low that is. You're not going to hurt anybody at that volume, not yourself either. But the thing about it is you know, that's a very warm Class A clean sound. So now I want to make that sound like I was playing originally before I stepped on the Gainmaster with the amp at about 11 o'clock now. I'm not looking for like a driven overdrive sound. I'm looking for the natural amp sound at 11 o'clock. Gainmaster, all right? Now keep in mind with the Gainmaster here, I'm not changing the controls. There's a million ways you can dial this in to get, for purposes of this demonstration, at all times the Gainmaster, the level control is neutral to the volume of the incoming amp, and the gain control is on like 10:30, 11 o'clock. There's a shitload more gain in this thing. Okay, but like right there where we are. Put that camera more facing the sides. Around here, right? Okay, so that's giving me the sound that the amp had at 11 o'clock. Okay, now I mean, if you want to use this to get like a heavy saturated overdrive sound this low, just wind the gain control up on the thing. You know, I don't really play those kind of sounds. When I drive an amp hard, I want the amp loud because I don't want that total front end sound. But you know, that's not something I sit around and practice anyway. But again, there's some of the ranges of the amp. Now, I can get any range I want. But, you know, if I can play a little louder, like here, okay? And again, I don't know how that tracks that, but that's louder than we were, but certainly nowhere near as loud as we were when we started, right? a natural amp sound. It's that sound. It's the sound of that amp. This thing drives in and chases the sound of that amp out. That's what it's designed for. Can you use a Gjika amp without a Gainmaster? Yeah, all day long. If you want to play loud, you know. Why don't we build 10-watt amps? Like, you know, little tiny, because they're still too loud. You got to turn them all the way up, and they're too loud. And then they have no clean sound. They have no bottom end, you know. But, you know, Gjika amp without the gain. That's the Gainmaster and how it works.